Early in the morning, the sun had just risen above the eastern horizon, the pale yellow sunlight filtering through the lush green trees of a small village on the eastern outskirts of the city. The chirping of birds combined with the rustling of leaves created a mesmerizing natural symphony. Mr. N's tree sawing team had arrived very early, preparing for a challenging day of work. Mr. N, a man in his 40s, with a sturdy build and tanned skin, was the team leader. He was famous in the area not only for his skillful tree sawing skills but also for his humorous personality and dedication to his work. With him were the team members, Mr. Bin, the oldest but most experienced, Mr. Hong, a young, agile man who always carried a bright smile, and Ms. Lan, the only woman in the team, but not inferior to her male colleagues in terms of endurance and dexterity. Today, the team's task is to deal with a row of large trees located close to a residential area. These trees are old, with dense branches that block the light and threaten the safety of residents every time there is a strong wind. But the challenge does not stop at the towering trees. This village is also home to a troop of mischievous monkeys. Long protected by the residents, the monkeys almost consider these treetops their own territory. As Anne's team began to enter the work area, the monkeys appeared. A leader monkey, with smooth gray fur and bright eyes, sat on a high tree branch, as if to observe the intruders. Behind him, several smaller monkeys swum back and forth, making chirping sounds as if to warn their fellow monkeys. Looks like we have a special audience today, Hong chuckled, checking his safety rope and climbing tools. This audience might make things difficult for us, Ben replied, his eyes still fixed on the monkeys. These guys are very mischievous. I once saw them snatch the safety helmets of workers in the village. Okay, everyone focus on your work, and said, his voice low but full of authority. Monkeys are just monkeys, we just need to be careful. The important thing is the safety of the villagers. The team started to work. Mr. N climbed the first tree, carefully checking each branch, big and small. The sound of the chainsaw rumbled, breaking the quiet of the morning. On the ground, Ms. Lon and Mr. Hong helped clean up the fallen branches and leaves, while Mr. Bin was constantly checking the equipment and giving instructions to everyone. While An was cutting a large tree branch, a small monkey suddenly jumped down, grabbed his safety rope and pulled hard. despite the surprise, and remained calm and quickly clung to the tree trunk. "Lon, give me the bag of bananas," and shouted down, his eyes still following the mischievous little monkey. Lon quickly took a bag of ripe bananas from her backpack and threw them up. And skillfully threw a banana towards the little monkey. Attracted by the aroma, the monkey let go of the safety rope and quickly grabbed the banana. From above, other monkeys also began to gather, their eyes intently looking at the golden bananas. "Looks like I have to do an extra job of giving bananas to the monkeys today," said Hong, smiling as he continued to clean up. The monkeys, after being bribed with bananas, seemed to become friendlier. They hopped around on the surrounding tree branches, but no longer bothered the tree sawing team. By the time the sun rose, the team had cleared nearly half of the trees in the area. However, an ancient banyan tree, the largest and tallest, presented the biggest challenge of the day. This tree not only had deep roots but also lush branches and leaves, where monkeys often visited. Mr. N decided to climb the tree himself, while the rest of the team stayed below to support him. He used ropes and protective equipment to climb each large branch. The monkeys, as if sensing the difference, gathered around the banyan tree, making sounds as if cheering or warning. As Mr. N began cutting the large branches, everything went smoothly until a small monkey suddenly jumped onto his shoulder. He was startled, almost losing his balance, but quickly calmed down. Again, he sighed, looking down and seeing the rest of the team worried. "Calm down. Don't worry, I can handle it." Mr. N gently removed the monkey from his shoulder and placed it on a nearby tree branch. The monkey looked at him with its round eyes and made a few sounds as if to thank him. From then on, the monkeys seemed to respect him more and stopped causing trouble. At the end of the day, as the sun gradually set and the area was bathed in the orange hues of sunset, the tree-cutting team finished their work. The dangerous trees were felled, the branches and leaves neatly collected. The villagers came to thank them profusely, bringing drinks and food to treat the team. "Mr. N, your team is really good," said an old man in the village. "Not only are you good at cutting trees, but you also know how to handle those mischievous monkeys." "Yes, you flatter me," Mr. N smiled modestly, wiping the sweat from his hand. "This job requires not only strength but also an understanding of both humans and nature." That night, the tree-cutting team stayed in the village, eating and telling stories with the villagers. The monkeys, now accustomed to the team's presence, occasionally jumped down near the party area, making the atmosphere even more joyful. That day's journey was not only a daily task but also a lesson in the harmony between humans and nature. N's tree sawing team not only cleaned up the village but also left a deep impression on the people. The monkeys, from being enemies, causing trouble, have now become interesting companions. Life in the eastern suburbs of the city continues, and Anne's tree sawing team knows that new challenges are always waiting for them ahead. But with solidarity, experience and love for nature, they will always be ready to face anything, no matter how difficult.